Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? I think I'm good, y'all. I think I'm good. All right, let's get this thing started, y'all. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping in for episode 236, Sunday night episode. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Super Bowl, big Sunday, big Super Bowl just went off. What a great game, very defensive game. So, you know, it was just one of those type of games. Some of y'all probably like, yo, why you got on the Chiefs jersey? Because y'all already know what type of time I'm on. Y'all see the Chiefs hat in the back. Y'all already know what type of time I'm on. I'm a Chiefs man, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we gonna be back. But congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. They won the Super Bowl, and it was an amazing game. It was a defensive game, and it was a good game to watch. So shout out to the Seahawks, man. They deserve it. They the best team at football this year, and they deserve to hoist that trophy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. Also shout out to New England Patriots. It was an interesting game, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit more later on. And shout out to the chat. Big shout out to the chat. I'm seeing the chat in here nice and early. I'm seeing badge holders. I'm seeing day ones already in the chat. So shout out to the chat. This show is I want to thank the presenting sponsor of this show, which is Button Snap. So you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button hyphenated sign in the word snaps.com. That's the word button hyphenated sign in the word snaps.com. Also, don't forget, do not be an agent of chaos. Do not try to stand out for being negative. Have the ability to stand out for being positive. We celebrate life culture over here. Understand the only op we recognize over here is opportunity. Hate does have a location. It's just not here. With no further ado, let's get the show started. Quick shout out to the chat. We got big chatters in the building. A shout out to King P all day. Shout out to Winter. Bad shoulders. Bad shoulders. Hey everybody. Shout out to Tremont in the building. Your Seahawks. Shout out to Paul. We got Paul in the building. You already know. Good night, Ash. Good night, everyone. Yo, shout out to y'all in the chat. Make sure y'all hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Cross-platforming on both YouTube and Instagram. So again, I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping in. All right, no further ado. Let's get the show started. First segment of the night. Popular opinions brought to you by OUV Records. Make sure you go to Instagram at OUV Records. Stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. So make sure y'all go tap it out. Check it out. All right, first question of the night. Which country do most American women visit? Which country do most American women visit? Number one, Costa Rica. Number two, Mexico. Number three, Iceland. Number four, Canada. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, which country do most American women visit? Again, number one is Costa Rica. Number two is Mexico. Number three, Iceland. Number four is Canada. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Don't forget to hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Y'all know what I'm saying? So early, I'm seeing Mexico in the building. I'm seeing Mexico. Shout out to Paul. You already know. Shout out to Ebony. Mexico for me. Mexico. So y'all saying Mexico in the chat. When I go to other countries, I'm not going to hold you. I see a whole lot of American women in Mexico. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all be out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be living y'all best life in Mexico. I will say that. I've never been to Costa Rica and I've never been to Iceland. Been to Canada, but been to Mexico and Canada. But I've never been to Costa Rica and Iceland. So based on the pictures I would see online, I see a lot of American women in Iceland going to the ice or warm bath or pool that they, like that y'all like to go to. I ain't gonna front. That do look kind of sexy in Iceland. I ain't gonna hold you. But that's what they saying in the chat. So I'm seeing a whole lot of Mexico in the chat. That's what I'm seeing in the chat. So I'm going with Mexico. The chat is going with Mexico. Over 89,000 people voted on this, y'all. 39% went with Mexico. Went with Mexico. Not surprised. Again, the country that most American women visit. The choices was Costa Rica, Mexico, Iceland, Canada. Again, myself, the chat, and the rest of the world at 39% went with was Mexico. Again, that doesn't happen often on the show. We got 236 episodes. It is it's very rare that myself, the chat, and the rest of the world votes on one. So that's always a funny thing to check out. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion question. For all my music lovers, for those who love music and love rap, your favorite hip hop album in 2002. Your favorite hip hop album in 2002. Mind y'all, it has to be on this list, y'all, okay? Nas, Stillmatic. D12, Devil's Night. Number 3, Jay-Z, Blueprint. And number 4, Busta Rhymes, Genius. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, favorite hip hop album back in 2002. Number 1, Nas, Stillmatic. Number 2, D12, Devil's Night. Number 3, Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Number 4, Busta Rhymes, Genius. Let me know what y'all. I'm sorry, I said Genius. Genesis. I don't know why I said Genesis. Busta Rhymes, Genesis. Kept saying Genius. Genesis. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. All of these albums was fire. All of these albums came out when I was graduating high school. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, damn, 2002 kid? Yeah, class of 2002. But proud of it though. You know what I'm saying? Stillmatic was popping. I ain't gonna hold you. They had my joint on there with Nas and Genuine. You Owe Me. They had some heat on that album. Devil's Night, D12. They had a couple of bops. I don't think their music aged well, but they had a couple of bops at the time. A couple of their videos did go crazy. Jay-Z, The Blueprint for me. I this was the best album in 2022. Not only my favorite album in 2002, The Blueprint was flawless. Great lyricism, imagery, authenticity, hits, the video vibes, the impact. Me personally, I'm going with Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Busta Rhymes, Genesis was also another fire album. Very low key, not so low key, because he had a couple of big hits on that album, but the album itself was tough. But Busta Rhymes have always did very well with imagery in his music videos. The songs, sometimes it didn't hit you until you seen the music video. So I'm definitely going with Jay-Z, Blueprint, The Blueprint. In the chat, I've seen different answers in the chat. Some of y'all stuff got redacted. I don't know why I got redacted. That's not me, y'all, but some of them got redacted. Paul in the I miss what you meant by that, Paul. We got Rowan 12 in the building. My dog, one of our day ones. Also a mod in the building. Shout out to our other big bachelor, the Vic, in the building. He said turkey. My brother Ash, we got CC Emotions in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. You already know the vibes. Hit them likes, y'all. Hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. And I know y'all like to see a brother, continue to, elevate. You feel me? KRS-One. Once again, looking fly. Appreciate that. Title Town, the real Title Town. But, shout out to the Seahawks. They did win. Once again, looking fly. Damn. I'll start doing my drip too. Appreciate Excel. My dog Vic C is funny. He said Excel. Again, y'all, the question is, Your favorite hip hop album in 2002. Number one, Nas, Stillmatic. Number two, D12, Devil's Night. Number three, Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Number four, Busta Rhymes, Genesis. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, I went with The Blueprint. The Blueprint for me, which is flawless. That was my senior year of high school. You know what I'm saying? It was just a different type of time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's definitely The Blueprint. Definitely Blueprint. CC went with D12, Rowan 12 saying J. Uh, Rowan 12 is stupid. So yeah, so me personally, I went with D12. The chat is a mix. I'm seeing J, and I'm also seeing D12 as well. I don't know if y'all trolling with the D12. I don't know if y'all trolling, because that music haven't aged well. But at the time, like I said, I gave credit to D12, Devil's Night, that album in particular. They did have bops on that album, and they had some music videos that went crazy that year. I remember that. I ain't gonna hold you. So again, y'all know what it is. 311,000 people voted on this. 311,000 people voted on this. Mind you, over 47% went with Jay-Z, The Blueprint. They went with Jay-Z, The Blueprint. I'm not mad at that. That was my answer as well. That album is just flawless. And I don't know what it is, if it's just the era as time going by. I just don't know what it is. But Jay-Z just seemed to fall out of a little favor with music fans, or musically. He's been Jay-Z, he's been Hove because of the music. That was one thing that we always got great from Jay-Z, was the music. So to hear people kind of like give like revisionist history about his music catalog is like crazy to me. Like I Jay-Z did concerts with just his B-side, and it went crazy. So I don't know if it's just this, if it's just the era, or this time and place in hip hop where we don't celebrate bosses anymore. We celebrate drug users. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of revisionist history when it comes to Jay-Z's music. Yo, Ash, what's your opinion on the J. Cole new album? I haven't sat down to listen to the new album. I'm not gonna hold you. I saw that it was a double disc, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna save that for later. Anytime there's an abundance of music on any artist album, it takes me a while to get into the album, only because it's an abundance of music. And when an artist have double disc, if it's a lot of music, that's telling me that that artist is in their own world, and I need to get engulfed into the world that they in to give them a fair listen. Like me personally, I'm not like some of y'all. Like I can't judge music, and like I could judge music, but I can't judge music for real in like the first 30 seconds. I could judge if I don't want to hear it or not. But the new J. Cole album, to me, J. Cole's a legend. He is worthy of me getting to a space where it's just like, all right, I'm going to listen to this album, and I'm really going to dissect what he's saying. So, and then me being also a rap artist myself, I'm very big on bars, and I'm very big on listening. So that's why I haven't listened to it yet. That's the only reason why. When I seen it, I said, oh, this is double disc. All right, let me put that all to the side, and let me get into my J. Cole space when I get into my J. Cole space. But I'm definitely going to listen to that album. J. Cole is easily one of my favorite rappers of all time. One of my favorites of all time. And lyrically, anytime I hear a J. Cole verse, it kind of make me want to get in the booth to either respond to what he said, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, and it's not even at me. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, he's that nice that he's also just like, he brings a competitive nature out of me too. So, yo, J. Cole is one of the best, man. I ain't gonna hold you. So, like I said, it's gonna take me a second to get into his music because he's one of the best. I want to get into the J. Cole world. Shout out to Jose in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. Bro, Kendrick 0 Jay-Z, 0 Eminem, 0 50 Cent, 0 uh CC, It Was Fire for its time, no lie. Or you meant for Jay-Z Blueprint? Yeah, Jay-Z Blueprint is forever. That's a forever album. That's a forever album. Uh Jose, New York State of Mind versus Shook Ones. That's not even a hard question, to be honest with you. It's not. Lyrically, lyrically, it's New York State of Mind. But record-wise, it's Shook Ones. Impact-wise, it's Shook Ones. It's not just what Prodigy and Havoc was saying. It's how it hit the beat in Shook Ones. So the overall better record, in my opinion, is Shook Ones. But if we're just saying lyric concept, it's New York State of Mind. What song would I rather listen to? Shook Ones. But, you know, that's my opinion on that. I missed that one, New York State of Mind. Okay, Rowan 12, I thought it was mid. He said I thought it was mid because I think everyone expected someone else because of the beef with K. Dot and Drake. Yeah, he's getting a lot of bad flack for the beef with K. Dot and Drake. I understand why he dropped out of that. I understand why. If you go listen to old J. Cole music, he done song with these dudes. So to get all muddy with somebody that y'all supposed to be cool with, and it's like even with K Dot, it was like, okay, you calling Drake out, but you had to use Drake platform at some point to elevate yourself as an artist. I'm just saying, that's kind of weird. When you use somebody to elevate yourself to be a bigger artist, now you're dissing them. I mean, but it is what it is. But lyrically, J. Cole, like, you know, it's not even, I think lyrically, it's not even close with the other two guys. J. Cole is lyrically on a whole nother level, in my opinion, than Drake and K. Dot. Me personally. Jose, what do you think of 21 Savage, bro? 21 Savage, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not a fan of his music in a sense where I'm not going to listen to 21 Savage. If it's on, I'm not going to tell somebody, yo, turn that off or whatever the case may be. I respect him as an artist in regards of what he has done and how people respond to his music. I'm never a hater. So you have people that like his music. Hey, people like his music. He messed with it. I seen him about one time. The energy was like kind of cool. It wasn't like fake energy in real life. So I'm not gonna S on him. You know what I'm saying? But again, he had a couple of joints that I like. I will say that. But am I a fan? I can't say that I am. But in all fairness, I don't think I've ever like really gave the music. I gave it a shot before. I'm not going. I gave the music a real shot. I can't say I'm a fan, but again, people who are fans of him, hey, you're a fan of 21. It is what it is. He's hip hop. It is what it is. Ron told maybe I'm just expecting someone else with all the pressure on him. I don't think J. Cole had pressure on him at all. When you listen to J. Cole music, he releases what he loves and what he likes and what he's trying to convey. So I don't think there's pressure on J. Cole. When I listen to a J. Cole album, he's never, in my opinion, trying to give me a hit. He's giving me bars and concepts, which me personally, I love as an artist. My dog fam in the building, appreciate you for tapping in. You already know the business. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Paul, the song I heard was nice, but it sounded like back in the day J. Cole, nothing modern, sorry, but I still like the song. Okay. Like I said, I'm definitely going to tap into that album. I haven't I haven't. The music when music's from an artist I want to sound like, but it's present me that I heard. Okay, yes, yeah, my bad, Paul. Criminal Minded or Illmatic. Illmatic, for sure. Illmatic, for sure. Bro, I was expecting something else since one was released at the end. There was a snippet of the track that made it sound like it was going to be an aggressive album. You know what I'm but I do like J. Cole. He's he's one of the best for sure. Shout out to my bro Biggs in the building. You already know, one of our day ones. Tap in, hit them likes, hit the 100s. I want to see them 100s and them hearts, y'all. I gotta see those. It helps with the growth of the show. We on the road to 20,000 subscribers, y'all. We're a little over 12. We kissing on the cheek of 13 right now. You know what I'm saying? We kissing 13 on the cheek right now. You know what I'm saying? We on first base. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to home. Forget second base. Let's get to home. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, y'all. But yeah, like, again, respect all these rappers, respect all these artists. I respect all their music. Some people I'm not necessarily a fan, but I can still judge the music with, just with clarity. You know what I'm saying? With no type of what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Just I don't have no dog in a fight, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So but yes. But I do love hearing these artists go, because again, it makes me want to get into the booth and give y'all this, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait for y'all to hear what I've been working on. What I've been working on is some fire. It's some fire. Not some fire. It's all right. So I don't never really talk about my music for real like that. But every time I bring out an album, every year I brought out an album, I've always been definitive and said that I had the best album in that particular year. If y'all go look at my album years and y'all think of any album that you could think of, I got them beat. And I stand on that. I don't say that out of ego. I say that because I'm judging music just off the music. Am I the most famous? No, of course not. I'm not aiming to be that. But the point that I'm making is my new album is going to be fire. The only reason why y'all haven't heard it yet is because, we working on a new app. We not trying to rock with Apple or Spotify the way how they do us as artists. And we creating our own app to give y'all a better music listening experience. So that's the only reason why y'all haven't heard it yet. But it's fire though. It's fire. I can't wait for y'all to see it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move on. My dog growing tall. I think 21 is good when he's actually rapping. A little snippet Ash. Yeah, see, 21 Savage again. He got bangers. I've never said he don't got bangers. He got bangers. It's just, again, I like lyrics. I like more lyrical music. You know what I mean? I like to have that boom bap. I like to have more of that lyrical style type of music in the type of artist that I listen to in my rap. So that's why with 21 Savage, he's not my go-to. You know what I'm saying? But people who are fans of him continue to be fans. He's worthy of having fans. So, no diss to him at all, and continue to do his thing for real. I mean that with all sincerity, no slickness. They said a little snippet action. I'm not ready for all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, it's well worth the wait, because y'all gonna make me drop some bars, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Our Hollywood Need to Ask Us segment. I came up with the segment because I feel like I got better ideas for both a movie or a movie series. So my movie for tonight, Hollywood Need to Ask Us. I would love to see a movie made based on the real titan of Wall Street. And y'all like, damn, Ash, we already got the Wolf of Wall Street, the King of Wall Street. Nah. We need a movie, a biography on J.P. Morgan in himself. Mr. J. Some people think J.P. Morgan is just a company that just deals with money and insurance and stock market. Nah, J.P. Morgan was an actual person putting belt to ass in that field. The most powerful financier in American history, and we'll be focused on. I'll be focused on. Well, his movie would be focused on the pivotal role on saving the U.S. economy during the panic of 1907. So I think this will absolutely be fire. This will be rated R. This will be obviously, a bibliography. Did I say that right? A biography movie of him. My foundational actors of this movie. I can't make this movie without Bill Kemp, Erica Alexander, Guy Pearce, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That will be my foundational actors. My art director will be from the Gilded Age, the show The Gilded Age, Bob Shaw. I also go with producer from Gladiator, John Logan, and my co-writer will be Myrma Sullivan. And I think this will absolutely be fire, also educational. And again, we need that J.P. Morgan biopic movie. So I think this will be fire. So that is my Hollywood need to ask us for this episode. Again, a J.P. Morgan movie. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, our must-see segment. I'm going to give out 3 Eddie Murphy Awards for 3 top-level movies that y'all have to go see and tap into. First movie you must tap into came out 1989, directed by Spike Lee. This movie stars Spike Lee, Danny Aiello, Rosie Perez, John Turturro, Samuel L. Jackson, Giancarlo Esposito, Martin Lawrence, Robin Harris, Bill Nunn, Ruby Dee, Ozzie Davis, Joy Lee, Roger G. Smith, and Frankie Faison. This movie is called Do the Right Thing. Fire, must-see movie. A young man working at the local pizzeria store, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it for you. It's amazing to me. In 2026, a lot of people still haven't seen this movie. It's a classic must-see movie. Second must-see movie, and my second Eddie Award goes to this movie, also directed by Spike Lee. Came out 1994. This movie stars Delroy Lindo, Zelda Harris, Alfred Woodard, Isaiah Washington, and David P. Kelly. This movie is called Crooklyn. Fire, must-see movie. A movie about a Brooklyn family, highlighted by their daughter, who is basically coming into her own at a very young age, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it, so make sure y'all tap in to see Crooklyn. Third Eddie Award goes to this movie that came out in 1990, again directed by Spike Lee. This movie stars Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes, Joy Lee, Cindy Williams, Bill Nunn, Giancarlo Esposito, Samuel L. Jackson, and Zach Howells. This movie is called Mo Better Blues. Fire, must-see movie about a young musician out there killing the game. And you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it. So again, my 3 Eddie Awards goes to these 3 movies: Do the Right Thing, Crooklyn, and Mo Better Blues. Make sure y'all tap into these classics. It boggles my mind. We in 2026, and most people still haven't seen these movies yet, which is crazy. And they are classics. So make sure y'all tap into these. Shout out to Paul. Your message got redacted by YouTube. I don't know why. I just watched it 2 weeks ago. Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is a classic movie. I'm telling y'all, gonna see a lot of superstars when they was younger, and I don't want to spoil it for y'all. It's just a must see, a fire movie to tap into, and it has a great message at the end of it. And it's crazy that these movies, all 3 of these movies, we're still dealing with the same political, same social thread that we're dealing with today. And these movies came out late 80s, early 90s. So ain't nothing changed damn near 40 years ago. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, our must hear artist. You know, I'm gonna give y'all profile artists. And we spoke about him a little earlier tonight. So I'm gonna give out 3 Michael Awards to these 3 songs by the artist, J. Cole. Put these 3 songs on your playlist. Number 1, my first Michael Award goes to the song Trouble by J. Cole. Second Michael Award goes to the song Let Nas Down. And third and final Michael Award goes to Power Trip featuring Miguel. So put those 3 songs on your playlist by J. Cole, and those are my 3 Michael Jackson Awards. Again, song is Trouble, Let Nas Down, and Power Trip featuring Miguel. So put those 3 songs on y'all playlist. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. Send them the turkey or nah. Send them the turkey or nah. Y'all know how the game go. We type in T to send them the turkey. We type in N not to send them the turkey. First one of the night. NFL star Adrian Peterson gets into a fight over a poker game and is caught in 4K. Let me know what y'all think. Are we sending Adrian Peterson to Turkey or nah? We sending Adrian Peterson to Turkey or nah? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. I'm gonna see some of y'all answers because I know y'all gonna be funny. But this is quarter 4K. This is quarter 4K. Adrian Peterson getting it popping into a whole scrap over a poker game. Now, when people been drinking, I'm not saying he was, but 9 times out of 10, when you're gambling and you're playing poker, you're drinking, right? At the end of the day, now you losing money or you're winning money, people gonna start talking that ish. They're gonna start talking their talk. So at the end of the day, a few seconds later, they in there getting it shaken. Now, the person is running from Adrian Peterson. I'm not going to hold you. The average person is not Adrian Peterson's size. Adrian Peterson is, what, 6'2", maybe 230. Most people ain't going to want that smoke. He still look like he plays football. They ain't not going to want that smoke. So, bro was doing a lot of backpedaling. But the fact that he's getting into an altercation over a poker game, there's drinks, there's money, testosterone, you know, a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of ego. So are we sending this man to Turkey or nah? So I'm seeing T's in the chat. I'm seeing a whole bunch of T's in the chat. Shout out to Paul. She said T, one-way flight. Ebony said T, send him first class, Ashley. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna agree with y'all. We gotta send this man to Turkey on this. My dog CC, he's saying T easy. He's saying T easy. I have to agree with y'all. Dude, you're Adrian Peterson. You're Adrian Peterson. You cannot allow to put yourself in these situations where it's going to hurt your pockets later on. Okay, you get one off. You knock dude out. You feel great in a moment. You're Adrian Peterson, world renowned. If he's not already, he will be a Hall of Famer. This is easy. This is easy. He's going to look up and he's going to take you to court, bro. This is easy. A quick come up for him. A quick 500K for him if you was to land. Even if it was his fault. The fact that they got you in 4K being the aggressor, charging at this man, is a bad look. So I'm sending him to Turkey on the first class flight with y'all. I'm like, yo, because that's, again, you are who you are. And you got to understand that people are going to do things, say things that get you out of character and trick you out your spot. Simple and plain. And if you already know you're going to get tricked out your spot, because I could get tricked out of my spot. I can, in real life, you know what I'm saying? I just don't play that. But, again, Adrian Peterson is a Hall of Famer. Adrian Peterson You can look up what his career earnings is. And his career earnings, I'm pretty sure, somewhere in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I've never made hundreds of millions of dollars. Not to say that I never won't, but I've never made that type of money at all. So to have that type of profile, to have that type of money, and to be in that space is not smart to react in that manner. Now, if you want to give him a couple of body shots when nobody's looking, hey man, we didn't see nothing, ain't nothing happen. But in 4K, bro, you're going to be cooked every single time. I gotta send him to Turkey regarding this. In the chat, row 12, what do you say, Angel Peterson, Adriana. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bad look, right? It's a bad look. It's a bad look. And I hate the bully notion because he was bigger than the guy. But I don't think when a guy who's bigger than one guy is the aggressor, I don't see him as the bully. Because if you're a grown man, you in charge for your energy. So sometimes two grown men are gonna get it shaky whether one is big or one is smaller. I don't call that bullying. I call it bullying when somebody is super aggressive and somebody like, yo, you got it. I don't even want it, bro. Like you got it, and they just keep going with it. Now you doing too much. But in this situation, I'm sending him to Turkey regarding this. He's in the airplane getting served breakfast, lunch, dinner, while everybody else getting snacks on on snacks to Turkey land. I just got where you was going with that, CC, where you said everybody's on the airplane getting served breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you no, you said he is getting all that while everybody else is getting snacks to Turkey. But shout out to CC. That the ending part threw me, but the beginning part of that was perfect. I love that. Shout out to Al in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. Me, bro, not been here in a minute. Nah, I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. Again, hit them likes, hit the 100s in the chat. It helps with the growth of the show. Day ones, we got Big Bad told us, we got mods in here. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show, man. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. Oh, my bad, y'all see. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. Time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snap, so you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. We've been seeing this damn near all weekend. One of the siblings of Glorilla have been blasting her nonstop on social media, saying that Glorilla could at least, with all the money that she's making, according to this relative, according to this sister, I don't know which sister this is, but all the Glorilla siblings look alike, or at least the girls. But this particular sister, she said that she could at least give the family $2,500 apiece. Mind you, I believe there's 8 siblings, if I'm not mistaken. There's 8. She also go on to say that she hasn't did much for their mom, who still works at FedEx, and for the dad, who is basically living in a bad place, as far as where he lives. So that's what she is saying. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, one of Glorilla's siblings have been blasting her online all weekend, have been going super viral, and she said that she could at least give each sibling $2,500 apiece to get their pockets right. Also make claims and accusations that she hasn't been there for her mom nor her father. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Don't forget to take advantage of those memberships, y'all. Take advantage. I've seen the memberships go up from subscribers to members. I'm seeing that go up. So for those who've been taking advantage of it, continue to continue to take advantage. We got quite a few of those memberships, so make sure y'all take advantage. All right, y'all. Seeing this was very disappointing. It was basically disappointing because regardless on what you do for family or what you don't do for family, they don't want what you give them. They want what you have. This is a clear-cut house of jealousy. Because it's just so weird. Every time when you're in position, how somebody else would say what they would do when you're in position. Now, I know what this all really comes from, me personally. This is stemmed out of jealousy. But nobody was saying nothing as far as the family when Glorilla was up and coming, when she finally made it, and now her name is a household name. That's cool. You know when that thing really hit them is when she started dating an NBA player. She's, if you don't know, but she's dating, you've seen her at plenty of the games. They have a whole bunch of things online. You see them in public. The kid Ingram from the Toronto Raptors. A great player, might I add. Dude can play. But his career earnings in the NBA is astronomical. His current contract, I would guess, is somewhere in the 30-something millions per year. He's a really good player. We didn't hear none of this until she started dating him. When she started dating him and having access to that type of money, because when you have that type of money and you're dating a celebrity, a female that has her name, has her own name, I should say, you know, you're going to put on a little bit, right? Y'all going to enjoy life and it's going to look even bigger and better. So now that she has her own money and have access to her man's money, now it becomes a dollar value. Before, it probably was quiet that, yeah, in the family, it would be nice if she would do this, if she would do that, if she didn't do that. I don't know. We haven't heard for real Glorilla side of it, and I wouldn't speak on it if I was her neither. And it's mainly because you don't neither want to confirm or deny the BS, right? Because it's BS at the end of the day. Obviously, this particular sibling is looking for attention. Obviously, this particular sibling did not use the same 24 hours like Glorilla did. But now that she's dating Ingram and they're together and it looked like they really, you know, going to try to make that go, and he has access to his own money, now it becomes like, yo, you could at least give us $2,500 a piece. It's like, damn, what type of relatives is that? That's why I separate relatives and family. I always say it. Relatives will give you every excuse to disrespect you. Family will find every excuse to respect you. Family don't do and say things like this. Now, mind you, it's been on record that Glorilla has bought her dad a car, right? And now they're saying that he's living badly. He had to borrow money from their mom, and their mom is still working at FedEx. From the last I checked, we have parents and we have grown kids. Everybody has their own career path. Is everybody going to have access to being a millionaire? No. But everybody should be at least to take care of themselves. This particular sibling also went on to say that she was embarrassed, or she's embarrassed when she leaves the club because she's getting into a Malibu. Then she goes on to say that she feels like, you know, Glorilla really owes her for real because a part of the music, she's a part of her story. saying that I was on, you know, we was all on them damn air mattresses. There was times that she even contemplated eating roaches because she was hungry, which kind of threw me because it was like, yo, your priorities is kind of mixed up. If you got to make like roach dietary decisions and you're worried about being at the club, like the priorities is all off. You know, I'm just saying, if you are at the club spending money and you worry about getting into a Malibu only to go home to contemplate eating roaches to fight hunger, yeah, nah, the priorities is all off. It's all off. Thank you for that, Paul. Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram. Thank you for that. But yeah, the priorities is all off. And again, this is another case of your family don't want what you give them. They want what you have. And the craziest thing, a lot of the family members that do act like what her sister is acting like be the family members that didn't even help you on your way up. And when you was in the studio, you was struggling, you was, you know, you was trying to make it happen. This wasn't the sibling that was bumping your music everywhere they went. This wasn't the sibling that low-key just kind of looked out and be like, yo, I see you on your path, let me do something to help you get to your path even faster. So it's quite funny when you make it to a certain level, and it's not about, for real, Glorilla making it a certain level. It's now how other people view Glorilla in front of the sister. That's when you know you done really became somebody as far as in the eyes to other people. It's not whether you made it by your own admission, meaning like, damn, I made it. I made this money. I'm able to take my new fame or my new this and upgrade it, right? No, it's when other people that you don't know show you that type of love. Now, the people that didn't believe in you, that stood quiet, now they hear those people say, damn, Glorilla, a star. So now this person is forced to look at you as a star who happened to be your sister, could be a cousin, could be a best friend, could be people that you've known all your life in the same neighborhood. When you post something, none of them hit the like button, not one of them. But now you got people that really follow you and really back your play, and now they see you as somebody. Now they put a dollar value on it, 2,500. And it's funny what everybody would do if they would make it or if they was in position. But they never in position. Ever. Not in nothing. I hate when somebody say that. Like, yo, bro, if it was me, I would do this for you. But you ain't never been in position. Never. I've been on this earth 41 years. And for the brothers that always be like, yo, if I was you, or if I was in your shoes, or if the shoes was vice versa, bro, I would do this for you. And be like, yeah, but you was never in position in nothing, not even when we was kids, and nothing. Ain't nothing. Can't even give me a damn a skipping line. Ain't nothing. And now looking for handouts. Now looking for rent paid. Now looking for a car note paid. Like, what? I ain't your pops. So again, I completely understand Glorilla in the sense of, regardless of what you do, is never going to be enough. Because I guarantee you, instead of 2,500, let's say she gave all her siblings 100K apiece. Let's just say that. 100K apiece. Now, some people are like, damn, that's hella generous, right? No. There will be quite a few of them that would have said, she only gave us 100K apiece. Only 100K. She only bought us a car. And it's not even brand new. It's only this. It's only that. It'll never be enough. So I'm not mad for her for not even responding. Not even responding. And I kind of let you know where their relationship is at too, because just because Tupac said this line in the movie Above the Rim that is so poignant. Just because somebody's born in your family doesn't mean you stay family. He said this movie in Above the Rim, playing Birdie. Again, just because somebody's born in your family doesn't mean you stay family. And that's so poignant to everyday life. You can have the same struggle. You can have the same type of upbringing. But yo, when you're in position and they not, regardless on what you do, it would never be enough. Because it's never what you give them. It's about what you have. So, I shout out to Ebony. Her sister is burnt, and she wants something for nothing. T send them the first call. Yeah, so that's a fact. That's a fact. And now that she got her fame or her 15, she going, she got 5 seconds of it. If she could work her 5 seconds to 15 minutes, maybe she could turn it into something, and maybe she could get her 2,500. Maybe she could get more than that. But to dirty Mac, to dirty speak on somebody else, to pull yourself up, I've never been a fan of that. I've never did somebody to pull myself up. That's just I'm just not about that. But some people gonna get it how they get it, and that's dirty business. Cause just how you get it is just how you lose it. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic in Time to Rap. Little John, son DJ Young Slade, aka Nathan Smith, has passed away. He was found. He's age of 27. He was found at a nearby area on Thursday. And again, his real name is Nathan Smith. And again, he's the son of Little John from the East Side Boys, son. And again, he was only 27 years old. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. If not anything else, man, hit them rest in pieces in the chat. Hit that rest in peace in the chat, man. Hit that in the chat. It's unfortunate that he passed away so early. The story is still developing. It's still developing on what happened, how he ended up there, why he ended up there, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to them getting to the bottom line of the truth. The investigation is ongoing. And if not nothing else, y'all, be very situational aware of your surroundings. Be aware where you're at and who you're around. Because we just spoke about Glorilla's sister. I don't even know her name. They've been calling her Brorilla on live. But in all seriousness, be aware of your surroundings and the people that you're around. Especially the people that you hold in high regard. There's no way that your bro, there's no way that your sis can ever be jealous of you. Wrong. There's no way, right? Be very situationally aware of your surroundings, not just where you're at, but who you're around. You'll be surprised what people think about you, especially people that you hold in high regard. The scariest place you can live is in somebody else's perception. So with this investigation continue to develop, again, I implore y'all, be aware of your surroundings, who you're with and where you're at. And does this environment make sense? Be very aware. It's a very scary time, very scary place. And 9 times out of 10, the people that can hurt you the most is the people that's closest to you. So be very aware. You just never know where that jealousy may lie. You just never know. And in your right mind, you like, ain't no way, bro, jealous. Ain't no way this person feel this type of way. I showed them a genuine love. And again, like I just said, it's never what you give people, it's what they want. And you'll be very surprised, the people that hold that jealousy. And they tell you too. You just don't, you hear it, be like, I heard that wrong. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I heard that wrong. It's no way. It's always the people that's next to you, the closest to you. And it's mind-boggling. You could have done stuff for them. You could have gave them your all. You could give them the shirt off your back. It's still not enough. Because it's never what you give them, is what you have. So again, rest in peace to the young man, 27 is no age to be losing your life. And, you know, my condolences go out to the family. Prayers up to him. And genuinely, I hope when they, you know, continue to do their investigation, that they find somebody responsible for this. Shout out to my dog Patrick in the building. One of our day ones, one of our badge holders, one of our mods in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. And I don't think you're a mod. You a badge holder, though. Badge holder. I said mod. Shout out to Patrick in the building. What's up, my dude? That halftime show was fire. It was better than the actual game. I thought the game was good. I thought the game was good. It was a good game. I told y'all it was going to be a defensive game. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. I told y'all it was going to be a defensive game. You got two of maybe the top 5 defenses in the NFL. It's going to be a defensive game. They got there. Both teams got there for defense. So I told you it was going to be a defensive game. We're going to get into the Super Bowl in a second, though. A shout out to YY in the building, bro. Say hello to my friend, Bogan, from Japan. From Japan. I think that's Japan. Is that an H or an N? From Japan. Please. He's having a very cold winter now. Snow all around him. Well, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Bogdan. Shout out to Bogdan, man. Mad love. Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast? Much love. Ashley Lovechild. Shout out to you. Shout out to Flavor in the building. Appreciate you for tapping and hit them likes, hit the 100s. Helps with the growth of the show. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic in time to rap. Netflix is remaking the legendary movie Mrs. Doubtfire. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. They remaking it with the actor Paul Rudd. Y'all know Paul Rudd for playing in a lot of movies. He's 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's Ant-Man. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, Netflix is remaking the legendary movie Mrs. Doubtfire with Paul Rudd. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, why? If you've ever seen the original Mrs. Doubtfire, it's a classic. It's Chef's Kiss. Why remake this? Some movies need to be untouchable. Mrs. Doubtfire is one of them. Robin Williams pulled off a masterful body of work in that movie. And I'm not a fan of men in dresses, especially, brothers. But that particular movie was masterful. Comedy. His why was important. His why was everything. Spending time with his children, being close to them, still being able to see them grow. His ability to be vulnerable. And it's just a masterful play on manhood and what he was willing to do, the lengths he was willing to go to be around his kids. And it's crazy that most men, we don't get linked to wanting to be around our kids when that's the furthest thing from the truth. Like, we love our kids. Our kids come from us. They come from the loins. And they carry through our woman or our wives or the person that we with, regardless of the case. Traditionally, men, we love our children. So the fact that he went that far to be around his kids, funny, top tier funny. Storyline was great. And Robin Williams, no disrespect to Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd is a great actor in his own right, to be honest with you. But Mrs. Doubtfire, it's not fair to Paul Rudd. It's not fair. Do I think he could pull this off? I think they could get a movie done, but I don't think that he can do what Robin Williams could do, especially in this realm of Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a high ceiling to ask to be played. Like, I just don't. Why can't you give him something else that Paul Rudd could do, that's in his ilk, and that's something that nobody else could duplicate that Paul Rudd do? Why not do that? Why do another Mrs. Doubtfire? So that lets me know that Netflix is reeling. They bought up they bought a lot of content. Still don't know what to do. They still don't know how to make their own content. And they remaking this. Will people watch? Of course. It's Mr. Doubtfire. People will watch. Robert Williams did smoke that. But certain things that Robert Williams touched, you can't redo. You can't. So I don't see the benefit of them redoing this, me personally. Shout out to the chat. If anyone could do it, it's him. So Paul, you giving him the benefit of the doubt? Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. I just don't have him in Robin Williams, and I don't have him in that elk. Can he do something? Why he can't play Mr. Doubtfire or something? Why I just like Mrs. Doubtfire was just flawless. It was flawless. It then was funny to me, not funny, but when I first watched Mrs. Doubtfire, I looked at it in the eyes of the kids. What I want my father to dress as a woman and try to spend time with me, and like that's a hell no. But I respect it. But I fully understood what he was going through as a man, watching it as a man. And Paul Rudd, great actor. He's funny. Let Mr. Doubtfire be Mr. Doubtfire, man. I don't think nobody could pull off Mr. Doubtfire, to be honest with you, outside of Robert Williams, me personally. No one is touching Robert Williams' performance in that movie. I'm not interested in seeing a remake. I agree with you, Pat. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. But if anyone can do it, Paul Rudd is a great actor. I won't underplay it, but I don't think he could touch Robin Williams. I don't, especially for Mrs. Doubtfire. No one can touch Robin Williams. Okay, but given a new version, if anyone can do it, he's the one to pull it off. I agree with that. If anyone can do it in this era, it would be Paul Rudd. But this lets me know how far this era and the last era, how far the talent and the skill level is. Again, I'm not disrespecting Paul Rudd. To me, he's a great actor. He could. I've seen him. I've seen Paul Rudd be versatile. But Mrs. Doubtfire is just like another level of just like real talk. I would have never watched Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire is not even a movie I will watch. But that's how good Robin Williams is, and not only is he good, he's masterful. Where it's a classic, where not only you go from not even wanting to watch this movie, but to watching it over and over again. But I definitely get your point, Paul. Definitely get your point. Paul Rudd needs to stick to another Ant-Man movie. I'd rather see another Ant-Man movie, me personally. You're right, Ashley. That one was a classic. Shout out to Ebony. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I'm not shitting on Paul Rudd. I think he's a great actor. But at the end of the day, like, Mrs. Doubtfire is one of one, me personally. So I'm going to just leave it at that. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic at Time to Rap. Falcons defensive end James Pierce was arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, also aggravated stalking, and fleeing and eluding the police in Miami-Dade County. Police Chief Edwin Lopez confirms that the woman involved was WNBA player Rakia Jackson. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, the Atlanta Falcons defensive end James Pierce Jr. was arrested for aggravated battery with the deadly weapon, aggravated stalking and fleeing, and eluding the police in Miami-Dade County. Again, Police Chief Edwin Lopez have confirmed that the woman involved is WNBA player Rakia Jackson. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. This is unfortunate. I have to be honest. I kind of seen this coming. And the reason why I kind of seen this coming, because when you have young people with options and money, All types of things can happen when your frontal lobe is not fully developed yet. When your frontal lobe is not fully developed yet, things like this can happen. Which means in your 20s, you will make the dumbest mistakes that you've ever made in your life. Some of us was lucky to make these mistakes in our late teens. And not these mistakes in particular. I'm just talking about big mistakes. But you will make the dumbest mistakes in the world late teens, early 20s. Now you combine having options, having money, having name, being successful at what you do, and now you're in a relationship, both man and woman, egos through the roof. Now, I believe their connection, they both went to the University of Tennessee. And I remember watching James Pierce get drafted to the Falcons. And I seen her there at the draft. So she was there supporting him and rocking with him and things of that nature. The reason why I say I seen this coming is because of what I just said. When you're young, you have options, you have uber money. You're feeling good, you're accomplished, you're educated. All types of things can happen. All types of things when you're a part of worlds where people are designed to tell you yes. Yes. When you go to places and people open up that door and say yes. So did I see this coming? Yes. Is it unfortunate? For sure. Did I want this to happen? No. But when people's frontal lobe is not developed yet, meaning that they don't have the capacity to let the moment be the moment and not let it get bigger than not just the moment, but learning how to dial it down and bring it down. When you're younger and when you're young, you're full of that vigor, that energy, early 20s, and you're getting into an argument with your woman, toxic meets more toxic. That toxic meets some more toxic. That toxic meets uber toxic. And it goes to and it bubbles to the point where people are arrested. Now, the way this is slated, that this was all his fault. That's how it's slated. Both parties at some point participated in this foolishness. And this is foolishness because I know both of their parents is highly disappointed at this point in time. Very disappointed. And not just that from that aspect, but they're also in position where they have people that look up to them regardless if they want to or not. People followed your story and you became a success, so people are going to follow you. You are an Atlanta Falcon. You are a WNBA player. So there's intrigue and interest here where people are going to follow you. People are going to take sides. And when you have two young people with options, make money, their frontal lobe is not developed yet. Toxic on top with toxic is only going to give you more toxic, and it's only going to lead to arrest. It's only going to lead to domestic situations. Because that ego is out of control. Doesn't matter who was right or no matter who was wrong. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, that didn't stem from a peaceful conversation. Again, whether right or wrong, that did not stem from a peaceful conversation. So did I see this coming? Yes. Is it unfortunate? For sure. Did I want this to happen to them? No. But we see this happen every day with people when their frontal lobe is not developed and they have options and they're feeling themselves. Now you throwing money on top of that? James Pierce, I know, just got broke off. He was a first round pick, so he got broke off. Rokia Jackson, she doing her thing in the WNBA. She's not, I would call her broke. I wouldn't say that she's broke. She's made her money. She's a supermodel looking young lady. I'm pretty sure she's done well off the court of the WNBA with some sort of modeling as well. She's a nice looking woman. But not only that, she also has options, meaning where, yeah, her guy likes her, but there's other men that look at her too. And I'm pretty sure him being a first round pick, he's young, he's in shape. Other women's gonna look at him too. And they're in Miami? Have y'all been to Miami? Ain't you go to Miami? I mean, there's some parents, there's some faces that only a mother could love in Miami. But when you go to Miami Beach, that's preserved for the sexy. That's preserved for the sexy. So you're going to see a lot of people, whether they don't have it in their face, they're going to have it on their body. If they don't have it on their face, they're going to have it on their body. So you're going to see people there who are physically attractive, is the point that I'm making. Got money, got options, ego, prestige, feeling accomplished. Two people. A healthy conversation doesn't result into aggravated with a deadly weapon. Stalking and looting. So this story going to continue to develop, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I believe he also is owed a guaranteed $15 million in his contract, if I'm not mistaken, by the Atlanta Falcons. But these type of situations with court and, with the criminal law could void the rest of that money if they chose to go that route. So again, fellas, ladies, when you're in position, when you're at it with your significant other, make better decisions. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. It's cool. You're not going to win this tonight. It's cool. Because if the goal is to stick together, you're not going to do something intentional to hurt the person. Intent is everything. So make better decisions. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic in Time to Rap. Cardi B, artist Cardi B has admitted that she was drunk while doing a commentary for the Super Bowl flag football celebrity game. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, Cardi B has admitted to being drunk while doing a commentary for the Super Bowl flag football game for the celebrity football game. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Big deal, not a big deal. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. If this is your first time tuning in, tapping in, Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast? I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, episode 236. A lot of episodes. And again, we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. So remember to like, subscribe, share, hit that all notification bell. I do pop up throughout the week. And tap into the memberships. Take advantage. Take advantage of those memberships right now. So, all right, y'all. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, Cardi B admitted that she was drunk while doing a commentary for the Super Bowl flag football celebrity football game. Big deal, not a big deal. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Mainly because those games are nationally televised. You're going to have people tuning and tapping in. Outside of the Super Bowl, the celebrity flag football game is pretty significant. People do watch it. Lots of people do watch it. They're not watching it for the sport aspect. They're watching it for the fame aspect of it. Like, who's athletic? We seen Drewski, and we see Deion Sanders getting on Drewski. We seen Deion Sanders and Rakai and things of that nature. So it does matter. So the fact that she was drunk, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's like, where's the professionalism? And people that represent hip-hop, we have to do a better job. We can't just put people in position because they're famous. Because obviously, like, look at the product that we get in. What type of representation through that hole when we get this type of behavior. Now, if you want to get drunk after the function, cool. You want to get drunk after you done did your job, then cool. But doing that before, to me, that's just nasty work, in my opinion. I can't respect it. And nobody has said nothing about it at all. I just thought it was quite interesting that she's drunk during a live broadcast and ain't nobody saying nothing. But you have all these influencers and all these people watching because they have their own millions of fans. So can you imagine thinking that you're going to get that good energy in this game and you don't? You get her saying all types of ridiculousness. Like, I really miss the days of the MTV Rock and Jock. Whether it was basketball, whether it was baseball, those used to be a great time. And you had all the celebrities and hip hop. We had mainstream hip hop artists, whether they was thugged out, whether they was street, they still represented hip hop in a certain way on a national space. I mean, I just don't, I just can't jack it, me personally. The lack of accountability is it's crazy to me. I can't even say the word right now because it's like, I'm just not jacking it, man. It's awful. It just makes hip hop look crazy, and hip hop been looking crazy. But again, y'all continuously put these same people that's ill prepared for these positions and spots, and y'all expecting a different result in hip hop when we have just many of other stars who can give you a real better vibe in that type of situation. And I hate it for hip hop. I hate it for hip hop. I hate it for hip hop. And the only reason why they asked her to be a part of it is because Stephon Diggs he played in the Super Bowl. That's the only reason why they asked her, because they have a child together and she'd go to the games. Other than that, it's like, what are you asking her for? She doesn't know nothing about football. Nothing. And she's gonna be drunk on top of that. Okay, heard you. I'll see where the priorities is at. Cool. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. Y'all been buzzing about this 50 Cent T.I. versus. Do we need it? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Do we need a 50 Cent T.I. versus for versus? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, I like both artists for, because they hip hop guys. Obviously 50 Cent is my dude because, I'm saying, he from Queens, I'm from Brooklyn, enjoyed the G Unit movement as a teenager. 50 Cent easily has one of the most classic albums ever. No skips, no nothing, just straight bangers when it comes to Get Rich or Die Trying. T.I., legendary rapper. Catalog fire through the roof. I would say that because 50 Cent did a better job. I wouldn't say did a better job. When you think of 50 Cent, you think of G Unit, right? When you think of T.I., you do think of Grand Hustle. I would say that you could think of G Unit artists faster than you could think of Grand Hustle, but Grand Hustle artists probably was more successful. And I think that's mainly because T.I.'s intention of his artists was for them to mainly be bigger than the brand in itself of Grand Hustle. I think with G Unit, the brand carries the label in itself, the artist in itself, except for 50 Cent. 50 Cent is 50 Cent, and then there's G Unit. So both are great artists. Both have contributed majorly into hip hop. Do we need a versus with T.I. and 50 Cent? At first, I would say hell no. I just think that 50's hits probably is a bit higher than T.I.'s hits. But when you really dissect T.I. hits, T.I. has next level hits too. So is it a fair fight? Yes, it's a fair fight. It's a fair fight. Who would win? It will remain to be seen because there's also a performance aspect of verses. I'm just saying, there is a performance aspect of verses. Both artists can perform. They've been known for their performances. T.I. just dropped a new banger. This verses would be interesting if they was to actually do it. I don't know. I just always envision if there would be a versus for 50 Cent, that it would be against someone. I would say someone like LL Cool J. I would say that, and I would say if T.I. was to do a versus, I would have thought it would have been more so like a Young Jeezy or a Ludacris. That's what I thought those verses would have came down to, me personally. But T.I. versus 50, I'm with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. But also, I think 50 profile is higher mainly because of what he's been able to do with Power as well. But this is not about who has the higher profile. This is about who is going to have the better verses. 20 songs versus their 20 songs. So it's going to be interesting. I think it will be a closer fight than what people would give. But I'm gonna roll my brother from Queens, man. I'm gonna roll with 50-50. My Zodiac twin. He's a Cancer, So, but I think T.I. has made great music. I love that new song that he's just dropped. His catalog speaks for itself. 50 catalog speaks for itself, and I think it will be dope for the culture. I think it would be absolutely dope for the culture. So I would like to see it. At first I said hell no, but I would love to see it. In the chat, 50 would destroy Tip. Uh, Cardi is a mess. She always going to be a mess because the culture don't hold her accountable. Okay, so you're talking about what Cardi B last time. Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. But yeah, so 50, y'all saying 50 would destroy Tip in a versus. Okay. I don't know about destroy. I don't know about destroy because T.I. is a great artist. 50 Cent is a great artist. I don't know. They both got big hits, man. But again, that performance aspect is what's gonna come down to. Whoever outperforms each other wins. That's what it's gonna come down to. Whoever outperforms each other will win. T.I. has big commercial hits. 50 Cent has big commercial hits. 50 Cent has street records. T.I. has trap records. It's still street, but y'all get what I'm saying. So again, I think it's more even than what people think. It's gonna come down to the performance aspect of it. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic in Time to Rap. I mentioned this earlier, but I had to put this aside. And I want the chat to also answer this if you can. Can you tell when somebody betrayed you? Can y'all tell when somebody betrayed y'all? That's a statement and a question. Can you tell when somebody betrayed you? And the saying goes, you can tell when somebody betrayed you because they create distance. That's how you know somebody betrayed you. When they create distance without you even knowing, you just see distance being created. And then when they get silent around other people is when it lets you know that they've been talking about you to that person. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. That's a statement and a question. Can you tell when you've been betrayed? And they say you've been betrayed when people get distant. Unprompted, just never know why. It's just people just get distant. It's like, yo, I don't know what happened with that. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Don't forget to hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Hit them hearts. in the chat. It helps with the growth of the show, y'all. But let me know what y'all think about that. Can you tell when somebody betray you? It's very unfortunate when somebody betrays you because you never see it happen. Like we spoke about earlier with Glorilla. We spoke about earlier with oh my God, with his son, Little John, with Little John's son, and how they found them, and we're still waiting details of what happened to him because he was found unalive. It's funny because again, when people betray you, they create distance, and you just never know how it came about or what it is and things of that nature. Me personally, I can tell. I can tell, especially when I haven't heard from somebody in a long time, and we was like solid, and all of a sudden you look up like, damn, I haven't heard from this person in a minute, and then you go to call them, you go to text them, hey bro, what's up, man? How you been? And there's nothing in response, and you like, damn, that's strange. Like me and bro was solid, like we was bros. Like I'm not understanding. And when years go by and you try it again, hey bro, how's the life? You good? Radio silence. That lets you know that they betrayed you in some sort of way. And obviously, if they speak to you, you're going to ask, hey, how come I haven't heard from you? How's life? What's going on? They're going to have to speak up. That's how you could tell when people betray you. When all of a sudden, you just stop hearing from them. When you couldn't go a day without hearing from them. Without a day. And then it's funny how other people respond when they're around while you're around. They get silent. So and I think somebody needs to hear that out there. Because sometimes we're around people, and that's why you got to be situational aware. And the energy just be all off, and it be out of jealousy. And you sitting in your right mind and thinking with the left part of your brain and saying, there's no way this person could be jealous. Not bro, not this person. Yeah, they are. And that betrayal is real. I remember I had a friend in college, and it was just so weird. Me and bro was tight. We was tight. I mean, like, we played on the same football team. Like bro, like we was tight. And I don't know what happened, but it just got weird. Bro used to pick me up every single day from my house, go to school. Obviously, we go to football practice after school. This is college. Bring me back home. And we was solid. And I just remember I had an ex, and he made a weird statement about my ex. And I'm like, that was weird. And I didn't make mention of it because, when it's your bros, when they say stuff, you give them a pass. Then some time had passed. I'm like, damn, I haven't heard from bro in a minute. Let me hit him up. Haven't heard from him. And this was a minute ago. Still from this day, I still haven't heard from him. And there's been plenty of occasions I've reached out and like, yo, what's good? So that led me to believe that bro betrayed me in some sort of way that I never knew, because if I knew, he probably would kind of figure how I would react to it, because he was my bro, right? Or was my bro. And it would be very dishonorable if you did something very out of pocket to your brother, right? So that's when you know when people done betrayed you. When everybody get radio silent or somebody get radio silent while you're around and that person is around, and you don't know where it comes from. It's just like, yo, how do you get out of your body like that to be disrespectful or to just risk it all? And was it worth it? That's the question. Was it worth it? So I just found it very interesting seeing this and thinking back to that particular point or that particular time in my life where I had that situation, me personally. You got to be very aware. And again, I'm just in belief that when people get silent and out of nowhere they get distant, they done betrayed you. It's just a matter of time that you finding it out, and that's why they creating distance. So I just thought that was very interesting. Shout out to Ebony, 100% facts, Ashley. Don't forget that them likes hit the 100s in the chat, y'all. It helps with the growth of the show. But that's a fact. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. Time to get a wrap. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. The Seahawks versus the Patriots. Seahawks win 29-13. I'm not going to lie. For the past 2 weeks, I said the Seahawks will win this thing. The Seahawks got this. Mainly because, football-wise, they was just the better team. Defensively, they're a little bit better. Offensively, they are a little bit better. And it showed up today. But I have to be honest. I woke up this morning and said, yo, the Patriots going to win today. The Patriots is going to win today. For some reason, I just believe that mainly because people have been talking about the Seahawks, wasn't giving the Patriots much respect going into this game. And then if you think about the storyline to this game, imagine the Patriots winning this Super Bowl with their young quarterback, Drake May. And if he would have won, they would have been comparing him to Tom Brady. Mike Vrabel used to be a Patriot, and him being basically the successor of a guy like Bill Belichick, his former coach, and the storylines that would have took on. So I woke up this morning and said, you know what? Patriots going to win today. They going to win today 24-20. But no, they lost. They lost 29-13. Again, but overall, I just thought the Seahawks was the better team. Again, I just thought today, it was just something about today. I was just like, yeah, nah, they going to pull it off. But no, they didn't. Defensive game, hard-hitting game. I thought it was a great game. The last defensive game we had was super boring when it was the Rams versus, I believe, the Cincinnati Bengals. That game was just boring. This game, defensive game, to me, it wasn't boring. It was a very exciting defensive game. I mean, they started scoring a bit at the end, but it was still a great game. Sam Darnold, the last time I checked on his stats, was 19 of 38 for 202 and a touchdown, but I know he didn't finish with that. Kenny Walker finished with over 130-something yards rushing. This was, like I said, this was a great game, hard-hitting game. Two of the best teams played. Two of the best teams played. There wouldn't have been a better Super Bowl if any other team this year. I know I'm wearing my Chiefs jersey. It's still title town over here. Y'all know why I lie with this. But this year, there was no better team than the Patriots on the West. And obviously, there was no better team than the Seahawks on the East. Or NFC and AFC. No better teams. We got the best Super Bowl that we could get. Hands down. There's no other team that shouldn't have lost, but lost. If you shouldn't have lost, they wouldn't have lost. This was a great game. Defensive, hard-hitting, and we got ourselves a champion. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So y'all got to put respect on his name moving forward. I know for a fact when he came into the league, I said he would be a bust. I said he was going to be a bust. And to my credit, he was bona fide ass for a lot of those years. He went to the Vikings last year, turned himself into a mediocre quarterback. This year, he looks above average, not mediocre, but above average. Times he struggled and times he looked really good. And when he plays well, the Seahawks win. So can't put no more dirt on his name. Super Bowl winning quarterback, Sam Darnold. Now, they say he an MVP, and y'all gonna lose me off of that. Have we even announced the MVP? And I'm tired of that being a quarterback award. The MVP should not go to, I think they was talking about giving it to the quarterback from the Rams. It should go to Myles Garrett, bro. I'm tired of the quarterbacks getting the MVP awards. Which is harder to do? Doing what the Rams quarterback did this year, or Myles Garrett getting his 26 sacks, 27, 28 sacks? I forget the exact amount, but the last time somebody, I think it's 20, I'm not going to say the number anymore, but it's a very hard thing to get. The last time somebody came close or had the record was Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan set that record back in the, early 2000s? We in 2026. We're going to see the Rams quarterback. I can't think of his name right now. I know his name, but I can't say his name right now because I'm on live. My brain goes blank when I'm on live. But the Rams quarterback, you're going to see those numbers next year from another quarterback. So give that to Myles Garrett is the point that I'm making. Myles Garrett should be the NFL MVP this year. Simple and plain. Not Sam Darnold, not Drake May, not the quarterback on the Rams. It should be Myles Garrett. Simple and plain. And I know once I get off live, I know the Rams quarterback name. I just drawing a blank right now. But he should definitely win the MVP. 100% facts, Ashley. Shout out to John H in the building. Hit them likes, hit them 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Appreciate you for tapping in. Try rugby. That's a real man sport. No pads involved. Yeah, I'll respect rugby, but I'm not gonna respect rugby if you're not gonna respect American football. That's a no-go. Cause rugby, we could say a lot of things about rugby too. You know what I'm saying? Hard hitting, no pads. Yeah, that's cool and all. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But in American football, people could lose their life, just like in rugby. So don't boost up one sport and try to put down the other. We're not going to do that over here, for sure. And it's easier to play rugby than it is American football. For facts. That's for facts. It's easier. Because growing up in the hood, we play rugby too. But we don't call it rugby. We call it kill the man with the ball. And that's easier than playing football, running a play, knowing that you have to run that play, having a 300-pound dude coming at you. That NFL players wear pads for a reason, bro. When I seen idiots on the internet. They got this thing where you take two idiots and put them 20 yards apart and make them run full speed into each other. That's idiot work. That's not a sport. That's idiots. That's talentless sports. Nah. To play football, American football, you have to have a talent, bro. You have to have ball skills. You have to be able to throw it at least. You have to be able to really thud somebody up. Be super physical. That's a talent, bro. So if you're going to show love to rugby, you better show love to American football. If you not, I will dog rugby. I will dog rugby. Because I used to play kill the man with the ball before I got into real football. Well, I played real football first, but you get the point that I'm making. We play kill the man with the ball just for shits and giggles in the hood. So don't come in with that. Shout out to you, John. Much love. Much love. Much love. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. I'm sorry. Moving on to our next segment. Our Keep the Lie Alive segment. Viral video. I don't know if y'all seen this viral video of a big dog and a little dog basically facing off. The little dog is barking at him. And the screen door. There's a screen door and the little dog is going crazy. Barking. So the person opened up the screen door. And that little dog got quiet. That's the world we live in today. Where we have people that or outspoken, loud and proud with safety. When you really about that business, you could say it to somebody's face and mean it and be genuine. Doesn't have the results of violence. Most times when you say something to someone's face and you're being matter of fact, you're not being confrontational, people can respect it. People could view that as not even being confrontational. You're saying what you're saying based on a space of real logic and not out of feeling. Now, it's one thing to say something out of feeling where people just, they feel a certain type of way, so they have to get it off. I feel this way, so I got to get it out. Those type of people are dangerous. I got to get it out. It shouldn't matter how it comes out as long as it comes out. No, it always matter how does it come out. Intention always matter. And it goes back to the theory of when the big dog standing there and the little dog is barking with the screen door. Attention matters. And now when that screen door opens, you get quiet. Why? What happened to all that vigor and all that energy? Because you're not saying it based out of logic. You're saying it based out of feeling. And most things that's based out of feeling, it's always going to be a bit skewed. It's always going to be based in some sort of betrayal. It's always based in some sort of agenda. So be very careful when you're dealing with people who are very agenda-based, very feeling-based. That screen door, they feel safe, barking, saying a whole lot of nothing. Now, when you take that screen door off, are you going to still stand on what you're saying based out of logic? Because just because you're passionate and you're saying it with logic doesn't mean it has to get confrontational. Because you might be saying something that could save my life or save somebody else's life. And that's my Keep the Lie Alive for this episode. Man, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in each and every Wednesday, each and every Sunday at 10:30. Y'all absolutely amazing. The show continues to still grow each and every episode, and I want to thank y'all again. If this is your first time tuning and tapping in, I am your host, Ashley Lovechild. This is Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast, episode 236. Hit them likes, hit the 100s, hit that share button. I do pop up throughout the week, so hit that all notification bell. Also, tap into the membership portion of the page. Take advantage of those memberships. Got quite a lot of things for those memberships as well. Also, I want to thank the sponsors of the podcast, OUV Records. Be on the lookout for that new OUV Records app. Going to give you better listening experience, better visual experience, and it's exclusive music from OUV Records artists. It's a fire app. It's still in development, but be on the lookout for that when it's finished. Also, again, to our other sponsor, OUV Button Snaps. I said OUV Records already. Button Snaps. Button Snaps, again, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's button-snaps.com. Also, we have Wednesday episode. We're going to be doing some giveaways. For Wednesday's episode. So come in and bring that good energy and stay engaged in the chat. Don't forget to hit them hundreds, hit them hearts on your way out as well. Episode 236. And remember, y'all, do not be a stain. Do not be an agent of chaos. Do not be a stain. Do not try to stand out for being negative. Have the ability to stand out for being positive. Understand, the only op we recognize over here is opportunity. Hate has a location. Just not here, man. And y'all already know me as Lovechild. It's always love. And I'm going to see y'all this Wednesday at 10:30. I'm out.